The following broadcast is a copyrighted production of 412 Communications. Any non-personal retransmission of this broadcast without the express written consent of 412 Communications is hereby prohibited.
And welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena as our Friday quarterfinal quadruple header makes its way to the final leg. Louisville and Stony Brook squaring off to see who will join Delaware, Syracuse, and Pitt in tomorrow's semifinal twin bill from right here on the campus of the University of Delaware in the first ever Atlantic Coast Collegiate Hockey League Men's Division I postseason tournament. James Witherite joining you from the 412 Communications press box in advance of this game, which sees Louisville, part of the brand new ACCHL Men's Division I South Division, coming in as the number 4 seed from the South to take on the top seed from the North, the Seawolves of Stony Brook University, who've squared off many a time against the likes of Pitt, Syracuse, and Delaware, the 3 winners earlier today in their time together in the Eastern States Collegiate Hockey League. Michael Folia is going to get the call between the pipes tonight for the Seawolves. Playing well these past few weeks, according to head coach Chris Garofalo. Michael 2-0-0 on the year with a .327 goals against average and a save percentage of .910. Luke Brzezinski will handle starting net minding duties on the other side of the red line for the Louisville Cardinals, 7-6-0 on the year with a goals against average of .366 and a save percentage of .910. Offensively speaking, William Cormanic, the big man on Mulberry Street for Stony Brook, 17 goals, 25 assists on the season. He's squarely in point-a-game territory. So is Paul DeSaro, who leads the team in goals with 20 on the year. And the San Diegan Justin Nakagawa, cracking point-a-game range as well, with 27 games played, 9 goals, and 18 assists on the year. The driving force for the Louisville Cardinals, Andrew Murray, 24 goals and 21 assists on the year. He'll start alongside Andrew Brow, another point-a-game forward, and Robert Bird here in this final game on Friday night in the First State. Nick Beeman and Carl Drew will get things going on the defensive. We're going to take a break. We'll be back inside the glass for opening introductions here in just a couple minutes on the Delaware Hockey Network, and it's all brought to you by the law office of Heather A. Long.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
A live look inside Fred Rust Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware for Louisville and Stony Brook as we close out the quarterfinal round of the ACCHL Men's Division I postseason tournament. We'll take you inside the glass right now for opening introductions. Fans, good evening and welcome to Fred Rust Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware. Tonight, the American Collegiate Hockey Association and the Atlantic Coast Collegiate Hockey League present a Men's Division I quarterfinal postseason matchup between the visiting Cardinals of the University of Louisville and the designated home team for this game, the Seawolves of Stony Brook University. Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. For the Louisville Cardinals, starting in goal, number 35, Luke Brzezinski. On defense, number 5, Nick Beeman. And number 8, Carl Drew. At left wing, number 16, Andrew Murray. At right wing, number 12, Robert Bird. And starting at center, number 19, Andrew Brow. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the Stony Brook Seawolves. In goal, number 45, Michael Folia. On defense, number 8, Charles Poirier. And number 21, Joseph Anastasio. Starting at left wing, number 88, Robert Hyde. At right wing, number 94, Anthony Vernillo. And starting at center, number 16, Lorenzo Mara. The on-ice officials for this evening's game, as appointed by the American Collegiate Hockey Association, are referees Ian DeLong and Rob Savastano, and linespeople Brent Kendall and Nick Valerio. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please direct your attention to the American flag, located directly above center ice, as we honor the United States of America and those who defend this nation with the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Ready for the fourth and final on this Friday card from Fred Rust Arena. 20 minutes on the clock for the first period. Louisville traveling left to right in their away black kits. Stony Brook in their home whites. Moving right to left from our vantage point. The Cape Bretonite Brent Kendall and the young lion Nick Valerio, our lines people tonight. Ian DeLong and Rob Savastano in the orange armbands. And Nick Valerio awaits the centers for this opening draw. Lorenzo Mara for the Seawolves. Andrew Brow for the Cardinals, and off we go. Poirier holding behind the Stony Brook goal after an initial push forward from the Cardinals, and here's streaking up the middle is Mara. Mara drop pass back to Paul DeSaro. Unable to get a shot away from close range. Recovering for Louisville is Brow. DeSaro the forechecking pressure. Brow lets the puck go. It bounced off the Stony Brook stick in neutral ice, and that enables the Cards to get some fresh legs on. Here's Will Cormanick leading a 2-on-2 for the Seawolves, and a score just 60 seconds in. And Paul DeSaro pots his 21st of the year. Boom, just like that. The Seawolves go up early. It was Malik to Cormanick on the drop pass to the top of the slot. Leading to Paul DeSaro's 21st goal of the year. Stony Brook goal, 21st of the season. Scored by number 91, Paul DeSaro. Assisted by number 76, Will Cormanick. And number 11, Christian Malik. Time of the goal, 1 minute in the first period. DeSaro's 21st from Cormanick and Malik at 1 minute in the first period. And there it is for you in the top corner. Puck gloved down by Folia, and he'll hold for a pause in play with 1:52 behind us. Here in first period action of the faceoff's going to come to his left. So a well-deserved night off for Steven Reginato, who's backstopped these Seawolves. In the majority of their appearances this season, compiling a record of 11, 12, and 3. A 384 goals against average and a save percentage of .903. This will come back an icing against Louisville. .17:47 to go here in opening period play. And a face-off coming to the left of Luke Brzezinski after giving up Paul DeSaro's 21st goal of the year. Trying to take the puck away was Nugent, but he couldn't clear. Morrow tries to stick handle past center. He knocked Fazera's stick out of his hands. Here come the Seawolves back the other direction. Hudson to Napoli. Steered behind the cage by Bowers. Maintains the puck. Now it's flipped by Anastasio into the slot. Thrown in from distance by Legret. This is held on to by Brzezinski for a pause. .17:16 to go in the first. And the draw to Brzezinski's left goes the way of the Seawolves. Beeman advances the puck to Lane. Recovered at the Stony Brook blue line by Vernillo. Mara and Drew converge in the far corner. Drew cannot clear. Trying to do so is Bryce Yates for the Cardinals, and he just does. But he gave the puck away across neutral ice to the Québécois Charles Poirier. Poirier leaves this back to Kowalski. And now Vernillo carries this in over the blue line, but this will come back offside. 16:25 of the first period. And the face-off is spotted just above the Louisville blue line. After that 2-on-2 was all for naught thanks to a timing issue right at the Cardinals line. Ethan Ducey advances the puck to Murray, who gains center before giving it away. Wenrick's breakout failed. Holding the point is Hilinski. Right in front of the Stony Brook bench, getting the puck deep into the Seawolves' end. We're 4 minutes into the first period, and Paul DeSaro's 21st goal of the season has given Stony Brook the early advantage. Murray gains center before playing a hard carom deep into the Stony Brook end. Stemming up for Louisville, Andrew Brow keeps this puck in below the goal. Back to Brow, it comes in the near corner. He's confronted by Malik. Gaining the puck is Wenrick, and he lofts this back beyond center. Ethan Ducey with time and space, able to recover for the Cardinals, and he clears his own zone, but he wasn't able to find Brow on the breakout. Seawolves counter. Turning again, Robert Bird launches the puck up the left wing boards. Nakagawa recovered at center, and here comes Joey Anastasio up the right wing boards. Drop pass to Cormatic walking in. Trying to finish on the doorstep was Nakagawa, but he missed the cage, guarded by Brzezinski, and the puck ended up in the near corner. Coming to 5 minutes completion in the first period. Stony Brook with the early advantage and with clear-cut momentum, but Dylan Kowalski was pickpocketed right at the line. Driving in came Andrew Murray, and Folia slams the door. 5:10 into the first period. Michael Foley tested for the first time that we've seen tonight. Here in the 2-on-2 Louisville counterattack, Andrew Murray tried to jam the puck past Michael Foley, but the young Stony Brook netminder had the last word. Seawolves gain control from their own end. Breakout pass through traffic will be called back an icing by Brent Kendall with 14:35 to go in this opening period, and the face-off now coming to the left of Folia. With the Cardinals trying to level the score, and Jonathan Patch in for this attacking zone draw. Across from Stony Brook's RJ Sember, who was just cautioned for a face-off violation. Wolves clear. Bowers volleys the puck back to center where Nakagawa turns and throws this through traffic back up the far boards into the Louisville end. Noah Malcolm leaves us across ice to Detrue, who tipped the puck forward to Patch, gaining center before throwing the puck in. And the Cardinals will change as we near the 6-minute mark of the first period from Fred Rust Arena. Legret turns at the point and rings the puck down below the goal. It's taken away by Drew. Played up the left wing boards by Anestis. Walking it over the Stony Brook line. Preserving the momentum as Andrew Nugent off the broken pass. His shot was well off its mark. And here for the equalizer comes Drew. Carl Drew with a rocket from the top of the right circle. He's got 4 on the year, and Louisville's tied the game. Six minutes and 19 seconds into the first period. Carl Drew, after protecting the right point, steps up and launches the puck past Folia to level the score. Louisville goal, his 4th of the season, scored by number 8, Carl Drew. Assisted by number 26, Andrew Nugent, and number 10, Nico Anestis. Time of the goal, 6 minutes, 19 seconds in the first period. Drew's 4th from Nugent and Anestis at 6:19. Face off in the near circle of the Louisville zone after the Seawolves' quick counterattack. Matt Anastasio could not maintain the puck after Mara floated it to him center point. Trezera back at center. Waits for his fellow Seawolves to tag up before launching the puck deep into the Louisville end. Vernillo broke up the Ducey breakout pass. This is played back to Trezera, but he couldn't hold the zone. Ted Valenti trails back to center to recover for the Wolves. Given away to Ducey. Thrown across ice to Bird. Bird lets it go from his own blue line. Trezera plays the puck just above his own goal line, but he's stripped of the vulcanized rubber just as quickly by Brow. Hilinski trying to hold the point for the Cardinals with 12:38 to go here in the first period of a 1-1 game. Paul Tesaro opened the scoring just a minute in with his 21st of the season. Carl Drew responded with a rocket from the top of the right circle, beating Michael Folia stick side, 6:19 in. And that's where we stand so far here at Fred Rust Arena in the final game of today's quarterfinal quadruple header. First penalty will come 8 minutes into the first period, and it goes against Stony Brook's Charles Poirier. So the Louisville Cardinals, they strike on the power play. All 7 seconds of it. And Nick Beeman gets his 4th of the year. Again, just 7 seconds into the first power play of the game. And Nick Beeman with another high-powered wrister gives Louisville the lead. The Stony Brook penalty was assessed to number 8, Charles Poirier. 2 minutes for hooking, time of the penalty, 8 minutes even in the first period. Poirier 2 for hooking at 8 even in the first. We're going to take a media timeout. We'll be back momentarily.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky. brings the most tender and flavorful
Louisville power
pulled
play
pork,
goal,
brisket,
fourth of the
and
season,
barbecue
scored by
chicken
number
to the
5.
tri-state area, and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today. Recovery.
And welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena after our mid-period media timeout. With 11:39 to go in the first period, the Louisville Cardinals turning a 1-0 deficit into a 2-1 advantage. In the span of 108 seconds, thanks to goals from Carl Drew and Nick Beeman. Paul DeSaro, the goal scorer for Stony Brook, protecting territory. Kormanek leaves this to Haskins. A long shot. Brzezinski stayed with it just enough for the save. And the Cardinals are guilty of an icing. If you've been injured on the job or in a car accident, you know just how challenging and overwhelming the recovery process can be. And that's why having a trusted and caring representative by your side is essential to help you navigate the complex world of workers' compensation and personal injury. The Law Office of Heather A. Long will guide you through every step of the process from filing your claim to representing you in hearings and appeals. To schedule a free consultation, call the Law Office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com. The Law Office of Heather A. Long, prepared to advocate for you for personal injury claims in the jurisdictions of Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Coming to halfway in the first period of a 2-1 hockey game, Louisville the advantage. Robert Bird could not maintain the Cardinals' momentum. Puck was taken away by Matt Anastasio and flipped back into the Cardinals' end. Beeman gains center before a hard carom in behind the Stony Brook goal. Steadying the puck was Folia. And now it's up to Joey Anastasio to work it clear, and he does. Legret pressured at center by Nugent. Gave way, and Andrew Brow failed to set up a counterattack for the Cardinals. The other 19, Hudson DiNapoli, stole the puck, and he threw it right into the pads of Brzezinski. Beeman cleared. Murray found Morrow up ice. Nugent looking for a shot from the dot. Puck was loose in front. And the net was knocked off behind Folia for a pause in play. And as Folia was ruled to have knocked the net off unabated, the Seawolves are not permitted to change players. Face-off coming to his left with 9:19 to go in the first period. Louisville with a 2-1 lead, and they keep the pressure on deep in the Stony Brook zone. Morrow cycles to Nugent. Poirier plays the body on him, trying to dig the puck free as an Estes. Protracted puck battle going the Cardinals' way, and Estes threw the puck through the slot. It ricochets off the near wall. Ethan Ducey from the top of the right circle sees his shot blocked in traffic. Estes tried to dish it net front to Nugent but couldn't connect. 8:40 remaining in the first period. Louisville leading 2-1 over Stony Brook here at Fred Rust Arena. The winner of this game will head to the semifinal round tomorrow, along with Pitt, Syracuse, and Delaware. Anestis clears. Haskins at the center line launches the puck back in behind the Louisville goal line, and play is whistled to a halt. With 8 minutes and 19 seconds to go, either a dislodged net, debris on the ice, or a garden variety puck out of play. Couldn't quite see from our vantage point here in the 412 Communications press box. Colin Wenrick maintains the point and drives the puck in deep. Vernillo wound up. Off the feed from Mara, but his shot was well wide. Picking up the rebound far side amid a crowd and walking forward was Tim Holton. Vernillo regains and shoots. Only for Luke Brzezinski to slam the door on him with 7:53 to go in the first. Seeing it again on the 412 Communications instant replay, a takeaway from Hudson to Napoli and a drive from Vernillo. Caught and held by Brzezinski for a pause in play. With 7:53 remaining in the first, Louisville leading 2-1 over the Stony Brook Seawolves here on a Friday night in the first state. Haskins gave way to Malcolm, forcing play back into the Stony Brook end. Jonathan Patch offers further forechecking pressure as Wenrick launched the puck beyond center. Carl Drew, the first of two Louisville goal scorers, recovers for the Cardinals. Wenrick across to Haskins for Stony Brook. Advancing up the middle, Robert Hyde gains the Louisville line. Hyde give and go from point blank range. Stood up by Brzezinski with 7:14 to play in the first. Brzezinski getting into a groove, to say the least of it. After giving up that goal a minute in, he's come back with 8 consecutive saves on Stony Brook's last 8 shots. Puck out of play. It was cleared up into the rafters. And the draw to the left of Brzezinski goes the way of the Seawolves. Another chance from Tesaro. Flashing the leather. Wow, how about Luke Brzezinski coming back for the secondary save, and we're going to see this again. All the way back from the draw on the 412 instant replay. Kowalski found Tesaro. Malik tried to put back a backhander off the rebound, but Luke Brzezinski robbing him and keeping this a 2-1 game. Advantage Louisville. Trying to pull an upset over the Stony Brook Seawolves as we work to the third of the first period. The Cardinals have got the lead, but can they maintain it is the question. Kowalski circles behind the cage. He tried to shoot through traffic. Looked like Andrew Brow got a piece of it. Race on for the puck deep into the Stony Brook end. Foley is out of the crease to play it, and he finds Paul Tesaro up the near boards. Tesaro hassled by the forechecking Robert Bird. Found support in the form of Stepney. Backhand from Tesaro off its mark. Puck rolls back and skitters over the blue line into the neutral zone, where it is recovered by Sember. Sember 1-on-3 draws the penalty from Anestis. And there's the touch to bring on the pause and play. Let's see what we get here from Ian DeLong. Hooking the call on Nico Anestis. So the Cardinals down a man with 5:46 to go in the first period. And it's our first Delaware Sports Medicine power play of the evening for the Stony Brook Seawolves. Learn more about Dr. Brad Bly's offerings for athletes of all ages and abilities at desportsmed.com. Louisville penalty. Assessed to number 10, Nico Anestis. 2 minutes for hooking. Time of the penalty, 14 minutes, 14 seconds in the first period. Anestis 2 for hooking at 14-14. Poirier working the line. Anastasio across to Hyde. Joey Anastasio gets the puck in deep to Malik, posting up behind the cage. In front is Nate Legret. Anastasio, Hyde again. The umbrella collapses. Hyde's shot from 30 was steered wide by Brzezinski. Looked like he got some of that in close and directed the puck to the near corner. Christian Malik back up the wall to Poirier. He tried to cycle back to Malik, but Noah Malcolm took the puck back for the Cardinals, and he launches it clear. Enough time for the men in black to get some fresh legs on with 4:35 to go in the first period. Louisville's been outshot 11-5 by Stony Brook so far, but they're the owners of a 2-1 lead. Cormanic couldn't cut through the slot. Zone was held briefly, but this puck is taken away by Tyler DeTrue, and he clears a second time. And that's going to do it for this Delaware Sports Medicine power play. As Wenrick is rolled off for a hold. 4:10 to go. Here in the first period, we're 4-on-4 for the next 24 seconds before the Cardinals go back up a man. The Stony Brook penalty was assessed to number 44, Colin Wenrick. 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 15 minutes, 50 seconds in the first period. Wenrick 2 for holding at 15:50. Cardinals back on the power play after the Andrew Murray shot ends up in Folia's pads. Kowalski leaves the puck across to Joey Anastasio, who lumbers off for a change right in front of his own bench after clearing. Cormanic chased the puck down. He circles the perimeter of the Louisville zone. Looking shot from the left dot, and Brzezinski answers the call again. Luke Brzezinski making the spectacular saves when he needs them, but his angles have been textbook, and his rebound control for the most part has been pretty good, save for that one Christian Malik chance right in front of the crease that ultimately Brzezinski bounced back to make the glove save on and keep this a 2-1 game. 199 seconds to go. In first period action, Louisville leading Stony Brook 2-1 in the Friday night cap from Fred Rust. Malcolm to Patch, gaining center, and he lofts the puck diagonally into the far corner of the Stony Brook end, where it's taken away by Valenti and launched end-to-end. Brzezinski to Helinski to Malcolm. Malcolm steps over center, but he can't work his way through neutral zone traffic to gain the zone. Helinski throws this in deep behind the cage. Puck comes back as far as the Louisville blue line and Carl Drew. Helinski to Malcolm again, just over the line. He backhands the puck into the near corner, where Brendan Helinski was met by the defensive Dylan Kowalski on the Stony Brook side. Drive opposite dot from Drew, looking for a second goal. Unable to get past Folia, who hugged that far post. This is thrown in from distance by Murray. As we come to the final 2 minutes of play in the first period, from Fred Rust Arena to Sorrow looking for the equalizer. And no again, says Luke Brzezinski. As textbook can be. From the Stony Brook netminder, breaking up this 2-on-2. DeSaro circles around the defender, tries to walk the line in. But again, solid angles, giving Luke Brzezinski the edge so far today. And his dozen saves keep the Louisville Cardinals in front 2-1 in the waning moments of this first period. Malik to Poirier. One-timer from the point, caught the toe of his stick and wobbled wide. Rebound contested at the far half wall, trying to work forward up the left wing boards is Tim Holton. Holton's got a 2-on-1 if he hurries. He tried to steer the puck back to Johnny Lane, but he fanned on it in the high slot. Malik brings this back to neutral ice. Anastasio walking in up the left wing boards. He's steered behind the net by Beeman as we come to the final 65 seconds of the first period. We've reached the final minute of play, and we're brought there by another Luke Brzezinski save. Make a truly all-American meal the centerpiece of your next team event or special occasion. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky in nearby Claymont, Delaware can cater your next group event, offering pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken on a daily basis, along with a variety of sauces and sides sure to please any appetite. Visit Sid's at Suite C26 in the Tri-State Industrial Center on Ridge Road in Claymont, open Monday through Saturday. For takeaway lunch or to place a catering order, call 302-439-4937 or visit sidsbbqandjerky.com. Delayed offside against Stony Brook as Haskins threw the puck back in over the blue line. Nick Beeman needs some support from Nugent to clear the zone. Wenrick kept it airtight at the point for Stony Brook. 25 to go in the first period. Carl Drew tries to dig the puck free. It rolls to the top of the slot. Batted back in by Vernillo. He gets it cleanly now. Vernillo! A wrist shot again through traffic. Caught and held by Luke Brzezinski. We've seen this before. Wrist shot, stick side. But Brzezinski again with the last word. Rock solid between the pipes for Louisville with 15 saves on 16 total shots, and now 14 seconds to go in the first period. Wenrick trying to set up a last chance effort for the equalizer. Finds Hyde, but he's pinned to the perimeter. Vernillo tries to drive through traffic. The turning pass from in low, and Lorenzo Mara went awry, and that's going to do it for the first 20 minutes. At the end of one period, the score: Louisville Cardinals 2, Stony Brook Seawolves 1. We'll be back after the
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more. There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com. There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today. Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
It's time for the second period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Thank you, Norm Borg. Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena for the ACCHL Men's Division I postseason tournament. After Paul DeSaro potted his 21st goal of the year for the Stony Brook Seawolves a minute in, it was all Louisville from there. As the Cardinals lit up Michael Folia for 2 on 10 total shots. Carl Drew going stick side from the top of the right circle, 6:19 into the second period. And then not 2 minutes later, a cross slot pass from Jonathan Patch set up Nick Beeman's 4th goal of the season. A power play tally, 8:07 into the first period, giving Louisville a 2-1 lead with the first period in the books. Here tonight from Fred Rust Arena. James Witherite joining you from the 412 Communications broadcast box. Mark McClure back with us here, doing every job imaginable over the weekend. From commentary to videography to production, you name it. And he's on it, and off we go here in second period action. Louisville in their away black sweaters traveling right to left here in second period play. Stony Brook in their home whites moving left to right the way we see it. Charles Poirier floats the puck in up the left wing boards. It caroms to the near corner. Kormanek and DeSaro looking for some early period fireworks again. Will Kormanek hassled behind the cage by Carl Drew. Puck is knocked loose and carried by Bird. Up the right wing boards. This entry ruled onside by Brent Kendall, and after Drew lost his footing, Stony Brook were able to regain. Poirier back up the right wing boards to Christian Malik, gaining the zone, but the pass back to the top of the slot was broken up. Poirier to DeSaro for the re-entry. DeSaro crashing the net. This is scooped up by Brzezinski, and he holds. 70 seconds into the second period. Luke Brzezinski superb in terms of his angles and rebound control tonight. And 16 for 17 of the save column to keep Louisville in front. Beeman clears. Back in came Ted Valenti. And his shot was stick checked up into the netting and out. Seawolves win the attacking zone draw. That is dislodged behind Brzezinski after a stampede of Seawolves came crashing in. So we'll do it again with the face-off coming to Brzezinski's right, with just 88 seconds behind us in the second period. And the Louisville Cardinals leading the Stony Brook Seawolves 2-1 here on the Friday night cap. Patch tried to center, but into a congested slot. Hyde brings it the other way. Hyde sets up a Valenti slapper from the top of the right circle, right into the pads of Brzezinski, over to the far side. Holding the line was Sember, but he couldn't get good contact on the puck just inside the stripe for a long-range chance at the equalizer. Sember steered to the near corner, holds his ground under pressure from Ducey. Trezera works in deep. Pinned by Helinski in behind the cage. Taking aim in close was Robert Hyde. And play is halted with 17:35 to go in second period action. As again, the net behind Luke Brzezinski is knocked off its moorings. It is reset. Nick Valerio awaits the setters for the draw to Brzezinski's right. 2:25 into the second period. Stony Brook's got 4 shots away on Luke Brzezinski in the first 2.5 minutes of the second frame. But none of them have gotten by. Make it 5 for 5 for Brzezinski, a net for the Cardinals this period. Working the perimeter of the zone was Mara. He dishes the puck to Haskins, played in low. Waiting there was Kyle Nastepny. Penalty coming up. This will go against the Louisville Cardinals with 2 minutes and 58 seconds. Behind us in the second period, what have we got from Rob Savastano? Cross-checking the call on Noah Malcolm. So 2:58. Into this second period. It's back to the Delaware Sports Medicine power play for the Stony Brook Seawolves. Learn more at desportsmed.com. Cormanic centering this top power play unit for Stony Brook, and they're forced all the way back into their own end. Louisville penalty, assessed to number 7, Noah Malcolm. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of the penalty, 2 minutes, 58 seconds in the second period. Malcolm, 2 for cross-checking at 2:58. Wenrick with a rocket from center point. Off the feed from Nakagawa. Ends up in the Brzezinski glove for another break in the action with 16:32 to play. In the second, 30 seconds elapsed on this Delaware Sports Medicine power play for the Stony Brook Seawolves. Nakagawa, Cormanic, Mara, Wenrick, and DeSaro. The quintet on for Chris Garofalo's Seawolves, looking to complete a North Division sweep of the quarterfinal round. After Pitt defeated North Carolina, before that Syracuse defeated the top-ranked Kentucky out of the South, and Delaware beat the NC State Ice Pack to open the bill all the way back at what was an 11 a.m. start today. Murray gave way to Mara after pressing play just inside the Stony Brook line. Puck is taken away by Nugent and launched back up ice where Folius steadies deep in his own end. And here comes Colin Wenrick leading this rush for Stony Brook up the right dots. 4 minutes, 20 seconds behind us in the second period. Wenrick tried to cut behind the cage and wrap around, but he was stripped of the puck by Brendan Helinski. And again, the Cardinals clear. 30 seconds left on the penalty to Noah Malcolm for cross-checking at 2:58. Charles Poirier headmans the puck to Hyde in the neutral zone, and Hyde circles behind the Louisville cage. He tried to drop this off to Joey Anastasio, but he failed to hold the right point, and back he comes deep into his own end to recover with 5 minutes elapsed of the second period, and his Stony Brook Seawolves trailing the Louisville Cardinals 2-1. Here in the Friday night finale from Fred Rust. Beeman's got a second! Off a broken play. Nick Beeman throws the puck in. It looks like Jonathan Patch got the tip on it. In any case, it's 3-1 Louisville. Watching it again right now. Yep, Patch is going to get credit for the redirect. And his 12th goal of the season. And Steven Reginato is going to come in to take over the net-minding duties. For Stony Brook. So 3 goals against on 11 shots. And 25 minutes and 3 seconds played. The numbers for Michael Folia, who's dealt an early exit here tonight. Louisville goal, 12th of the season, scored by number 23, Jonathan Patch. Assisted by number 5, Nick Beeman, and number 73, Tyler Detrue. Time of the goal, 5 minutes, 3 seconds in the second period. Patch's 12th from Beeman and Detrue at 5:03 in the second period. Now in goal for Stony Brook, number 29, Steven Reginato. So now with a multiple goal lead, Louisville getting a little bit of breathing room as we hit the 6-minute mark of the second period. And Cormanic will start up behind his own net. Malik to DeSaro. Paul DeSaro's shot clears the crossbar and ricochets off the back glass. This is pushed by Anestis, back to center. Kalinski walks us up the left wing boards. He takes a hit from Sember. Just inside the blue line. And the counterattack for Stony Brook is going to be called back offside with 13:21 to go in second period play. And the Seawolves as yet unable to figure out Luke Brzezinski, who's posted 22 saves in a row. Holton leaves the puck back into his own zone for the Cards. He recovers as Bowers and Nakagawa canceled each other out in the race to the puck in the far corner. Long shot from Wenrick, stopped by Brzezinski, and he held his ground to deny the second chance opportunity in a congested slot right in front of him. 12:45 to go in the second. The backhand from Beeman floats the puck back into the Stony Brook end, and this is cleared by R.J. Sember. Off the near glass, back as far as the Louisville blue line, where Nardi turns play from right to left from our vantage point. Joshua Nardi and Nick Beeman back to recover together on the defensive for the Cards. Nardi stretch pass, Murray, too hot for him to handle at the blue line. He plays the body on Joey Anastasio in the near corner. Puck skitters away from them to the far side, where Nastepny fails to clear for Stony Brook as the Louisville forecheck intensifies. Protecting the point is Murray. Working in close, and he had open net to work with too. Robert Bird put too much loft on that one. Eight minutes elapsed. Here in the second period of a 3-1 hockey game, Louisville the lead. Mara trying to cut that Cardinals advantage in half. Leaves the puck to Anastasio at the right point. He skips it in behind the cage, around to the far corner it rolls, and Haskins. Vernillo Back to Haskins, working far side, looking for a lane. He comes back high in the zone, but he's pressured by Robert Bird, and he turned the puck over. 2-on-0. Murray, no. Rebound chance from Bird, denied by Regalado. Coming up with a pair of rapid-fire stops for the Seawolves. Beeman recovers for the Cardinals. And Murray found Helinski to regain the Stony Brook line. Haskins with the steal amid net front congestion, and he pulls back behind his own cage to reset. Coming to halfway. Diagonal stretch pass to Mara. Working deep into the Louisville end, and this puck is cleared over the glass by Ducey. No change situation. So we will not have the media timeout with 10:42 to go here in the second period. We need for that media timeout to take place a non-goal, no change, non-shorthanded whistle. So play continues on. And trying to stretch it ahead, Brow couldn't find Patch in pursuit of a second goal for Louisville. Patch throws one off the frame. Trying to work net front, Malcolm is steered behind the net by Trezera. He couldn't get a shot away. Malik gets a stick on it for Stony Brook, but the Cardinals recover just above their own line. Ducey throws this in from distance, sticked away by Regalado. Protecting the point was Helinski, but he's overpowered ultimately. Here's a shot from Malik, deflected over the glass and out, and now we'll take our media timeout with 9:47 to go in the second period. And we'll be back after this.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today. Recovery from an injury.
Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. Just over halfway through this final quarterfinal contest of the night. Louisville leading 3-1 over the Stony Brook Seawolves. And this man here, Nick Valerio, bright young official in the Philadelphia area, will bring about the resumption of play. Will Cormanic in for the attacking zone draw for Stony Brook across from Cameron Morrow for Louisville. DeSaro with the takeaway as Bowers tried to clear. Anastasio protecting the right point, gets the puck in low. Cormanic surrounded by black sweaters, gets one in. And the Seawolves have cut the Louisville lead in half. Here it comes again. Cormanic on the welcome mat for his 18th of the year. 10:33 into the second period. And the particulars on that goal are forthcoming. Stony Brook goal, 18th of the season, scored by number 76, Will Cormanic. Assisted by number 91, Paul Tesaro, and number 21, Joseph Anastasio. Time of the goal, 10 minutes, 33 seconds in the second period. Cormanic's 18th from Tesaro and Anastasio at 10:33. Cardinals trying to get it right back. But Brow throws the puck into traffic in the mid-slot, and Justin Nakagawa sends this clear to Sember. Right in front of his adversary's bench, he gave it away, and the one-on-one saw a John Lane shot right into the stick of Steven Regalado. Ducey recovers for Louisville. He takes a hit from Hyde right in front of his own bench, and he's separated from the puck there. Sember tried to wind up and clear. Swarming him was Holton. Holton working behind the cage, backhands this to Helinski, stepping up to the half wall. Thrown in off the end boards. This ricochets into the path of Ducey. He gets it low again to Bryce Yates. Back to Ducey this comes. Thrown into the slot. Shooting was Bryce Yates. Regalado lunges with that right leg for the pad save, and this goes over the glass and out. Another puck out of play with 7 minutes and 28 seconds to go in the second period. Louisville leading 3-2. Over the Seawolves of Stony Brook University, who were the top seed in the North, coming into this ACCHL postseason tournament. .720 remaining. Here in second period action. Again, recovering the puck was Noah Malcolm. But he leaves this to Detrue for the re-entry long shot into the Regalado glove. And he'll hold for the pause. A little bit of a break in the description to give you the full Fred Rust experience from wherever you may be. One of the more vibrant and classic barns that you'll find in the ACCHL landscape. And while we may be a bit partial here on the Delaware Hockey Network, delighted to be hosting the first ever ACCHL Men's Division I postseason tournament. Nugent leaves the puck to Nardi. Back to Nugent. It comes at center. He's sticked at by Lorenzo Mara, and Mara takes the puck away. The Louisville back check catches up to him and limits his options, holding the line and shooting from distance. That was Kowalski. Net front scrum. Nothing could happen off the rebound in front of Brzezinski. Mara works the far side. He leaves this again to Kowalski. Cycled to Vernillo. A drive from Colin Wenrick. Handled well by Brzezinski. He was screened on that shot, but he directs the puck to the far corner. Vernillo back high to Kowalski, near side now. 5.5 to go in the second period. Louisville leading 3-2. Over Stony Brook. Kowalski into Christian Malik. Back to Kowalski this comes. Now Kowalski walking the line, pressured by Anestis. Tries to work in low, smothering the puck. Brzezinski holds. 5:04 to go in the second period of a 3-2 hockey game. And for Luke Brzezinski, that is save number 28 on 30 total Stony Brook shots on goal. Heavy workload tonight for Brzezinski. I don't want to say single-handedly keeping Louisville in the lead, but his efforts between the pipes have been a major, major component. This will come back an icing against the Cardinals with 4:47 to go in the second. Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. So how do you get your voice above the fray? 412 Communications has myriad solutions to build bridges between your brand and your clientele, your team and your fans, ranging from broadcast to social, print to digital and more. Whether it's under the Twin Spires or on Long Island or anywhere in between, let's talk about how to get you noticed. Learn more at 412communications.com. 4:40 remaining. Valenti couldn't traverse net front traffic. Kormanek was pressed high in the zone. Cross-ice pass and a Valenti shot. Off its line, and this caroms back as far as the Stony Brook blue line and then some, where Trezera pulls back with Murray looming right in front of him. Pass up the neutral zone was broken up. Brow couldn't gain control. Driving back in comes Kormanek looking for the equalizer. DeLong says no goal. And this will certainly be worth another look when we get to a stoppage. Murray the other way. Drop pass to Bird. And a shot from Hilinski. Caught and held by Regginato for a pause in play. Looking again at that last exchange. Right in front of Brzezinski. Kormanek with the initial shot. And man, did he do well to hold his ground amid a mess of activity in front of him. And keep the Cardinals leading 3-2 over Stony Brook here in the closing minutes of the second period. Lane to Holton. Wenrick throws a shoulder at him in the far corner. Beeman steps up to foil Haskins' attempts to clear. Beeman throws the puck in close, trying to loft it off. The Regginato save was Lane, but he skies it into the back glass. And this comes back above the Stony Brook blue line with 3 and change remaining in the second period. This is an icing. Face-off coming to the left of Steven Regginato. And there the view from directly behind the goal. As the Seawolves, after that D-zone face-off, send the puck almost to the Louisville goal line. Hockey's equivalent of a coffin corner punt. And that forces the Cardinals to come back the old-fashioned way. 2:40 remaining. Nardi guilty of an icing this time. Stepney and company on for the attacking zone face-off for Stony Brook. Vernillo, Mara, Haskins, Wenrick completing the complement of Seawolf attackers. Holding the point was Jackson Haskins, getting the puck in close. Vernillo couldn't set up on the doorstep. Kyle Nestepny. Nestepny pulls back. Cross-ice pass, bounces off Vernillo's stick at the top of the far circle. This launched in from distance. Carl Drew tracks down the puck and he tries to tow it clear off his backhand to no avail. This is deflected up in the atmosphere, brought back down by Haskins in the neutral zone, and he pulls back into his own end. The Wenrick breakout pass was broken up round about the blue line, but persevering Haskins walks in up the right wing boards. He cycles to Vernillo. Inside the final two, back to Haskins. Shooting from the opposite side, puck cleared out of harm's way by Drew, offering good aid to netminder Luke Brzezinski, who's done yeoman's work and then some, to the tune of 31 saves on 33 shots faced. Final 90, and we've got a delayed offside. And an intentional offside as the Seawolves failed to pay heed to the linespeople's warnings. And this will come back all the way into the Stony Brook end with a minute and a half to go in the middle frame of play. Valenti trying to clear. The Louisville forecheck protecting. And Helinski looking to pad that 3-2 Cardinal advantage. Plays the carom in behind the net. Centering pass from Morrow. Bounced off Nugent's stick, and this is walked by Malik. Back beyond center. Trezera holding the point. Final minute of play in the second period. Valenti couldn't set up Malik in the mid-slot. Plenty of bodies in front of him. Here DeSaro throws one traffic. It is blocked down by Helinski, but he fails to clear. Kormanek, net front feed, beyond the reach of DeSaro. Chip shot from Nico Anestis. Sends the puck back as far as the Stony Brook blue line, with now 36 seconds remaining in the second period. Morrow couldn't carom the puck clear. It skitters back to center. Off a Stony Brook stick, recovering was Anastasio. Valenti long shot, sticked away by Brzezinski to the far corner. Now 17 to go in the second. And here comes Nugent, letting this go from center into the near corner of the Stony Brook end. Final 10 to play. And Vernillo hassled in the far corner by Brow. Is going to let the final seconds tick away. Mara last shot. No, he's unable to get it away. And that will do it for the first 40. At the end of two periods, the score, Louisville Cardinals 3, Stony Brook Seawolves 2. Back after the intermission on the Delaware Hockey Network.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area, and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today. Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com. Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
It's time for the third period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
An absolutely eventful second period here at Fred Rust Arena. One that has seen the Louisville Cardinals protecting a 1-goal lead. Over the Stony Brook Seawolves. We stand 3-2 through 40 minutes. And the Nova Scotian Brent Kendall is ready to drop the puck. On the third period of tonight's contest. Disregard the shots on your TV. The correct numbers, 33 for the Stony Brook Seawolves, 18 for the Louisville Cardinals. Icing against the Seawolves, leading to a face-off to the right of Steven Regginato, who came into this game in relief. After Michael Folia led up 3 goals in the first 25 minutes of the contest. Shot still not calibrated. There they are, 18 on the Louisville side. The Stony Brook's 33 through the first 40. Bouncing puck behind Brzezinski. Overskated by Kormanek. Recovering for the Cardinals was Brow. He sends the puck to Murray. A hard shot, sticked away by Regginato for save number 9. For save number 8 on as many shots faced. So Regginato 8 for 8. In the save column, make it 9 for 9 as he toes this one away. "100 seconds gone of the third period. Race on for the puck to the far corner of the Louisville zone. And Brendan Helinski pushes it away from Lorenzo Mara. Mara recovers in the near corner. Detrue takes it away, but he fails to clear. Vernillo in front. Mara lunging for the save was Brzezinski. And Helinski sweeps in to protect the puck for the Cardinals and keep this a 3-2 hockey game. 1-on-2 for Malcolm. Shot was wide of Regginato's office, coming back the other way. Colin Wenrick stonewalled at the blue line. Another dump and change here for the Cardinals. And a botched breakout nearly capitalized upon by Andrew Nugent for the men in black. But persevering and driving the puck up ice, Hudson DiNapoli gets it deep into the Louisville zone. This goes over the glass and out. 17-18 remaining. Here in third period play. Seawolves with an attacking zone face-off. Hudson DiNapoli in for it across from Josh Winardi. Or rather across from Cameron Morrow. In to take the draw to the left of the Louisville net. Nardi fans on the puck, sweeping in to protect Hudson DiNapoli. Plays it in behind the Louisville cage again for the Seawolves. This is cleared through traffic by Anestis. And Charles Poirier recovers for Stony Brook, and up the left wing boards he comes. Poirier's shot from the top of the left circle was blocked by Bowers. Coming back beyond center the other way is Nugent. Hyde angled Holton away from the puck and protected for Stony Brook. And here come the Seawolves back up ice, but they're outnumbered. And DiNapoli leaves the puck to Hyde, who carries it into the far corner while his fellow Seawolves change up. Fresh complement of Stony Brook players on now, at least in part. Poirier set up a Kowalski drive from center point, which whistles wide. Rebound chipped by Anestis. In over the Louisville bench and out of play with 16:16 to go. In this 3-2 hockey game, Cardinals leading the Seawolves. Whether you're a competitive athlete like these guys or a weekend warrior like me, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. And with years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes alike, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal best and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Learn more at desportsmed.com. 4 minutes elapsed. Malik gains center, and he floats the puck into the far corner. Trezera couldn't bring it down, and play is halted by referee Rob Savastano with 15:38 to go. Face off again to Brzezinski's left. Louisville trying for the upset here, as after another face-off to his left, Luke Brzezinski comes up with a quick reaction save. As the Seawolves try to generate an A-grade chance and get back level. Kyle Nestepny spins the puck in low beyond the reach of Vernillo. This comes up to Haskins working the far side. Nardi pushes this clear. Here's a one-on-one for Murray. Now the Cards coming in numbers. Murray centering pass to Brown. He couldn't reel it in, and he had open net to work with too as Regalado committed to the far post. Oh my goodness, almost an A-plus grade chance for Louisville to make it 4-2. Here's a 2-on-2 the other way. And the Anthony Vernillo shot was denied, and the net knocked loose behind Brzezinski. 14:43 to go here in the third period. Louisville hanging tough. Leading Stony Brook 3-2. And another face-off to the left of Luke Brzezinski, who's just been absolutely sparkling tonight. The Murray shot goes off the glass and out. Draw to Reganado's right. Goes the way of the Cardinals, at least for the time being. Tyler DeTrue. Gave way to Malik. He plays the puck behind his own goal around to the far side, and Ted Valenti, who's stonewalled at his own blue line by Detrue, keeping the zone for Louisville. The shot from Patch from the left dot was deflected up and away by Regginato. Now 6 minutes behind us in the third period. Seawolves fast break attack. Paul DeSaro looking for a second goal. Couldn't beat Brzezinski from a tough angle. Christian Malik nearly gave way. Patch got enough stick on the puck to clear it back to center, where Trezera recovers for the Seawolves, and he lobs this in from distance. Malcolm to Morrow, who tipped the puck just over the line. Hyde's advance will be nullified, delayed offside, signaled by the Nova Scotian Brent Kendall. 13:20 to go. Here in regulation, with Louisville leading Stony Brook 3-2. In the finale from Fred Rust Arena. Which of these teams will join Pitt, Syracuse, and Delaware in the semifinals tomorrow? As far as the schedule is concerned, 2 games on tap, 7:30 p.m. right here at Fred Rust Arena. And the other semifinal will take place at the 9 o'clock hour in the original home of University of Delaware Hockey, Gold Arena. Be sure to follow the Atlantic Coast Collegiate Hockey League social media channels for more information as far as those pairings. Also, be sure to follow us on the 412. On our social media channels, we'll bring you those pairings as well on Facebook, X, and Instagram. Once they're set, we will pass the schedule along to you, and the winners of tomorrow's semifinals will meet right here at Fred Rust Arena on Sunday for the inaugural ACCHL Men's Division I Championship game. Post time 3 o'clock. Here from Fred Rust Arena as we bring the 2026 ACCHL slate to its conclusion. Regardless of the result here tonight, Stony Brook will represent the ACCHL in the American Collegiate Hockey Association National Championship Tournament coming up in March. But here, as far as this weekend is concerned, the Louisville Cardinals have got them back on their heels. Poirier to Nastepny. Nastepny leaves us to Vernillo. He's steered behind the net by Drew. Kowalski keeps this puck in deep. Nastepny takes a check from Beeman. Sweeping in to try to recover the puck. Brow gave it away. Mara back across to Kowalski across the line. Charles Poirier steps up. He dances his way in past Bird. Shot ricocheted off the crossbar behind Brzezinski. "11 minutes remaining. Louisville with a 3-2 lead over Stony Brook. Christian Malik recovers. Mara to Vernillo. Coming up to the top of the circle. Shot was blocked net front. Beeman got a stick on it. Hanging close to home on the defensive. And this will be walked up the middle by Andrew Murray for Louisville. Murray long shot. Sails wide of Regginato. Bounces off the near boards, and it's held in by the Cardinals. Murray again well off his mark. A lot of mustard on that puck, though. This was thrown in by Helinski from the left point amid net front traffic. Taken away and cleared by Poirier. 2-on-3 for Stony Brook. DeSaro drop pass intended for Malik was disrupted. Noah Malcolm with good defensive play there, as Louisville cannot afford to give up any odd man rushes. Kormanek, after getting his own rebound off the initial shot from Brzezinski, couldn't finish on the welcome mat. This is cleared. We're inside the final 10 of play. And back in the Stony Brook zone, Valenti and Malcolm got tied up in a race for the puck. Valenti, cross ice feed, DiNapoli on his horse, looking for the shot, puts on the brakes to try to gain space from Bowers, but couldn't maintain control of the vulcanized rubber disc. Here's Trezera trying to float one in from the mid-slot, but it just missed the far post. The backhand of Malcolm sends the puck back to center. Valenti recovered. Trezera on the good side of the red line plays a hard carom into the far corner. This recovered by Nico Anestis, but he couldn't clear. Second time round, he gets the puck back beyond center, where Hyde steadied, and walking in, Ted Valenti finds himself outnumbered by black sweaters. Anestis fails to clear. Hyde with a shot, and this is held on to by Brzezinski for a pause. And we're going to take immediate timeout with 9 minutes to go. Louisville leading Stony Brook 3-2 from Fred Rust Arena.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
And welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. With 9 minutes to go in this contest. Louisville clinging to a 3-2 lead over Stony Brook. The puck is down for the resumption of play. Nugent drives this in behind the cage. Regalado steers it back left side, holding the point and shooting was Nardi. But it was blocked in net front congestion. Malik to Kormanek. DeSaro cherry picking at the blue line. Swarmed by Anestis after the puck made it there. This comes back into neutral territory where Haskins winds up and he clears this off the near corner boards with 8 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. And Joshua Nardi leads the rush back up ice for the black-clad Louisville Cardinals. Nardi, centering pass, crashing the net. Yates ran out of space trying to get a shot away on Regalado. Reganado's seen 14 Cardinal shots. He's yet to be beaten tonight. That long chance from Kowalski was tipped high and wide behind Brzezinski. 2-on-2 for the re-entry. No, Stepney was offside. By the slimmest of margins, too, and we're going to see this again. Here's the takeaway. Yep. And Stepney jumped the gun. And with 7.5 minutes to play, Louisville resetting in their own zone. This is covered by Regalado for a pause with 7:25 to play. And Louisville leading 3-2. Trying to complete this upset and punch a ticket to the semis. Working in close and trying to shoot from an awkward angle. That was Bird. Reganado doing well to hold his ground. Gloves the puck down with 7:07 to play. Face off back to the left of Reganado. And on we go. RJ Sember dishes this puck to Hyde. Hard shot from the left half wall. Sails well wide of Brzezinski. Play halted due to a dislodged net. Behind Luke Brzezinski with 6:48 to go in regulation. And my, the heavy lifting he's done to keep his Louisville Cardinals in front 3-2 over the Seawolves. In what, if it holds, would be the upset of the weekend. Bird's shot. Caught and held by Reganado with 6:38 to play. Tyler DeTrue in for the attacking zone faceoff. Across from RJ Sember for Stony Brook. Against Stony Brook, the only ACCHL team to have earned a trip to the national championships. So for everybody else this weekend, this has been the, or will be, or is the final chapter of their 2025-26 season. Another Brzezinski stop. And another draw to his left with 6:08 to go. Pairings and times will be forthcoming, and William Cormanick just tied it up for the Stony Brook Seawolves with his 19th goal of the season. Cormanick emerging from the pack at 13:58. In the third period to bring Stony Brook back to level pegging with the Cardinals. And Malik's going to get the helper. Stony Brook goal, 19th of the season and second of the game. Scored by number 76, William Cormanick. Assisted by number 11, Christian Malik. Time of the goal, 13 minutes, 58 seconds in the third period. Cormanick's 19th, second of the game from Malik at 13:58. Wenrick lobs the puck into the far corner. Louisville's Nick Beeman sends this up the left wing boards, and it's carried now by Tim Holton. He absorbs a check at center from Mara, but he gets the puck in deep to the Stony Brook zone. 3-3, 4:35 to play. And the advance of Lorenzo Mara was stunted 15 feet inside the Louisville blue line. Cardinals clear and change. Here's Poirier putting on the brakes. Confronted by Nardi. Nakagawa working behind the cage, tried to set up Hyde. Puck bounced off Hyde's skate, but Robert Hyde now works through the slot, but he was slowed up right between the train tracks by Lane. Here comes Hyde again, trying to dipsy-doodle through bodies to no avail, as pushing the puck clear was Andrew Brow. And the Seawolves regroup in neutral ice. Delayed offside signaled by Nick Valerio. DiNapoli now tags up. And the Cardinals work back across neutral territory. 3:35 to go. Valenti to Hyde. Back to Valenti, trying to get around Bird's forechecking presence. Robert Hyde, snapshot from 40. Off the backboards. This is picked up by Andrew Murray. 3-on-3 for the Cardinals. Puck thrown in. Regalado holds on. And here we go. Some post-whistle extracurriculars. In the vicinity of Steven Reganado's office after the net came loose behind him. Deep in the home stretch. 3:11 to go in regulation of a 3-3 hockey game. Winner goes on to tomorrow's semifinal round. Pairings and times forthcoming. This is an icing. 3:03 to go. So 8 seconds came off the clock. Both benches rise to their feet. Cormanek and Detrue taking the far circle draw, and it's won by Stony Brook. Malik couldn't gain the line. Trezera walks it in near side. Drops off the puck to Desaro. Trying to cut between defenders. He lost the puck at the dot. He regains it from behind the cage. Valenti calling for the puck. Desaro stick handling in the far side. 2:36 to go. Trezera one-timer. Valenti didn't make it through. Brzezinski holds on. And another look coming via the 412 Communications instant replay as Luke Brzezinski has shown up time and time again here for the Louisville Cardinals tonight. Final 2.5. Malik tried to put it away. And again, Luke Brzezinski said no. .223 to go. Another Brzezinski stop. Here this time denying Christian Malik with 2:18 remaining. Malik off the net front feed from Cormanek. Could not get past Luke Brzezinski. And we're down to the final 2:18 of regulation. Face off to the left of Luke Brzezinski. Gaining the puck, Nardi pushes this back into the neutral zone. And Murray gave it away. Final 2. Nardi with another takeaway, trying to sky the puck to Brow. But it's recovered inside the Stony Brook line by Jackson Haskins. Haskins pressured by the forechecking Andrew Brow. Leaves the puck to Wenrick. And Vernillo comes in up the left wing boards. Long shot was rushed and wide. Mara tied up in the far corner. Lorenzo Mara walking in, and there's the go-ahead. The Stony Brook Seawolves have clawed their way back from a 3-1 deficit to a 4-3 lead with 86 seconds to go. And it was Kyle Nastepny. Finding the back of the cage off the Mara setup to give Stony Brook the advantage with 86 seconds remaining. Timeout, Louisville. The Stony Brook goal, 6th of the season, scored by number 28, Kyle Nastepny. Assisted by number 16, Lorenzo Mara, and number 94, Anthony Vernillo. Time of the goal, 18 minutes, 34 seconds in the third period. Nastepny's 6th from Mara and Vernillo at 18:34. Down 3-1. Stony Brook has come roaring back. Here in the third period with a pair of goals from William Cormanic. And now Kyle Nastepny to give the Seawolves the advantage. Here with 80 to play. Looking for some breathing room. That was a Mara shot turned aside. Cardinals clear. Brzezinski looking to break to the bench, and he does. We've made it to the final minute of play. Here in regulation, jump puck net front. And the net is off. Behind Regalado with 50 seconds to go. Anestis, Brow, Patch, Murray, Malcolm, and Beeman. The 6 on right now for Louisville. Winding up for the empty net was Hyde. No icing as the puck was played on by a Louisville player at the blue line. So the Cardinals march back up ice. Murray to Patch. Back into Murray it came, crashing the net. He couldn't find a shot. Seawolves again clear. Icing waved off down to the final 20 seconds. Here's Anestis taking aim from the far half wall. 8 seconds to go. Noah Malcolm, slap shot, getting the puck in closest, goes up into the netting and out. My, oh my, 2.3 seconds to go. (4-3) Stony Brook the lead. Absolute last chance coming for the Louisville Cardinals. And it rests on Tyler DeTrue to win this faceoff. He bats the puck in close, but the horn sounds, and Stony Brook have won. The final score, Stony Brook Seawolves 4, Louisville Cardinals 3. Final shots on goal. Stony Brook 46, Louisville 27. And fans, it is time for the Sid's Barbecue and Jerky 3 stars of the game, brought to you by Sid's Barbecue and Jerky, located in nearby Claymont, Delaware. Tonight's 3rd star with a goal and an assist for Louisville, number 23, Jonathan Patch. The number 2 star with 2 goals and an assist for Stony Brook, number 76, Will Cormanick. And the number 1 star of the game with the game-winning goal for the Stony Brook Seawolves, number 28, Kyle Nestepny. And that will do it for us here in the first of 3 days of the 2026 ACCHL postseason tournament. The North Division completing a sweep of the quarterfinals with wins from Delaware, Pitt, Syracuse, and Stony Brook, setting up the Saturday semifinals. Be sure to follow us on social media at 412coms, Facebook, X, and Instagram. We'll get the pairings to you as soon as they're made available. For the whole crew today, Broadway Joe Sidoni, Trey Wright, Mark McClure, Sydney Butler, everybody behind the scenes, James Witherite saying thank you for your company. We'll see you again tomorrow night here on the Delaware Hockey Network. This is a copyrighted production of 412 Communications and brought to you all season long by the law office of Heather A. Long. Good night to you all. We'll see you tomorrow.